Before the beginning, before time itself, before light or shadow, there was only the eternal, a being beyond comprehension, whose word brought existence out of nothing. Then, from that infinite silence, creation began. Stars were born, galaxies spun into motion, and from dust came life. But the question that has echoed through every age still remains: who truly created us, and why? According to the book of Genesis, God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. It sounds simple, but what if that single act was only a glimpse of a greater mystery? The scriptures say, "Let us make man in our image." Notice the word, us. Who was God speaking to? Some believe it was the heavenly host, the divine council, the assembly of beings who stood before God's throne before creation itself. Ancient texts beyond the Bible give us deeper clues. The Book of Enoch, the Sumerian tablets, and even the writings of the Egyptians tell of celestial beings who descended from the heavens to shape mankind. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaki, those who from heaven to earth came. They described them as powerful beings who gave knowledge, order, and the beginnings of civilization. Could these be the same sons of God mentioned in Genesis who interacted with early humanity? If so, then humanity's creation may not have been a single moment, but a process guided by divine and celestial intervention. The dust of the earth formed our bodies, but something greater, something from beyond the stars, awakened our spirit. Some say the gods of old were not gods at all, but watchers, angels, or even travelers from realms unknown. Their mission, to shape creation, to plant intelligence where chaos ruled. But as mankind grew in knowledge, pride also grew. We began to worship the beings who taught us, forgetting the one who made them all. Across cultures, the same story repeats. The gods walked among men. They built cities, taught writing, agriculture, and the secrets of the heavens. Yet, over time, they vanished, leaving behind only ruins, myths, and warnings carved in stone. The Egyptians spoke of the Nedders, divine beings who ruled before the first pharaoh. The Greeks told of the Titans and the Olympians. The Sumerians wrote of Enki and Enlil, beings who shaped and destroyed civilizations at will. And in every story, there is a pattern, a creator, a rebellion, and a fall. So what if these stories are not myths, but memories? Memories of when divine and human worlds were one. When the veil between heaven and earth was thin enough for light to touch clay, and for clay to become man. Science tells us that humans evolved over millions of years, yet there is a mystery science cannot explain. The sudden leap in intelligence, the birth of consciousness, the ability to create, to reason, and to question our very existence. Something happened. Something changed. It is as though a spark was placed inside us, a divine signature written in our DNA. Some call it the image of God, others, the divine code. But either way, it marks us as beings made for more than survival. We are not accidents of nature. We are evidence of intention. The question then becomes, why? Why were we created? The Bible says we were made for relationship, for stewardship, to reflect God's glory upon the earth. But other texts suggest something deeper, that we were created to continue a divine story, to be both physical and spiritual, the bridge between heaven and earth. And maybe that is why there is such conflict within us. We are dust, yet filled with spirit. Mortal, yet eternal. Drawn to heaven, yet chained to the earth. We are the battleground of two worlds. But even in that struggle, there is purpose. For the same breath that formed atoms still flows through us. The same creative power that made galaxies lives inside our soul. Whether you believe in God, the Anunnaki, or ancient visitors, one truth remains. Humanity is not random. We are chosen. Maybe we were created not just to live, but to seek. To ask questions that reach beyond stars, to find the truth of our origin, and in doing so, to find the Creator himself. Because perhaps, the true story of humanity is not about where we came from, but where we are going. The journey of creation is still unfolding. We are still being shaped, still being guided, still being watched by the same eternal hand that began it all. And the question that began in Eden still whispers in our hearts today. Who created us? And why?